Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is the Type 62. It's the Tier 7 Chinese premium light tank, and it's located on the north spawn of Malinovka, and it's being commanded by tcfreer. And this replay took place during his live stream. Okay, battle has commenced, and he's off and he's going for a scouting run. He is a light tank, so his job is to spot the enemy, and that means he's headed for that bush, the well-known bush, because he's going to camp in the bush. Okay, he's in the bush, he's spotting, and he's spotting a lot of the enemy. Oh, look at those figures coming up. Yep, he's getting a lot of them. He can't fire though. If he fires, he'll give away his position, and he needs to spot for his team. So what he's doing, he's just spotting the enemy, passing the information on to his teammates, who are plastering them with fire. And he's already picked up 255 hit points of damage assistance, and I'm sure that that's going to increase rapidly. Yes, it does. It's over 1,000 now. Shells are going in. He can see the enemy, and his teammates are making good use of them. Now he's still sitting in the bush. Spotted that IS and the T-71, and they're receiving fire. And all he needs to do is just sit here and collect the assistance. And there are 2 tanks up now. And that's largely down to TC. There was one enemy, one of our team, the Wizzy 132, who did move down to the enemy end and took one of the tanks out himself. But a lot of damage has been done against the enemy. Now he just has to sit here in the bush, wait for the enemy to be spotted. It looks like it was a pair of Arty hit them. Yes, it was a Hummel just took out an IS. You can see the slow moving shells rain in on that IS. Now the Type 62 has an 85mm gun. It was designed in 1962, or the first prototype was built in 1962, specifically to fight in the mountainous and boggy terrain of South China, which really is... so it was a mission-specific tank. Usually when Wargaming sells it, they sell it as a second-class tank to the Type 59, which of course is the Tier 8 medium. TC's now up to 1.9k of spotting, and there's an MT25 off to his left. And the MT25's been hit, but he didn't pick up any spotting damage for it, so somebody else must be closer to the MT25, and I think it's that Firefly or the Jackson. That's why he didn't get it. Now he can't move from the position he's in at the moment, because there will be enemies located on that lookout over at F7. In fact, there's the MT25. We can see he's just north of F7. He's in E7, and you can see him, and he could shoot him from here, but if he did, he would be revealed immediately and probably taken out by the enemy. And around there went chasing after the MT25, too late unfortunately, and hit the ground. Now TC is going to chance a move to one of the other bushes, which is a bit closer to the enemy, and he can take that chance because most of the enemy towards the south have actually been wiped out, and now you can see the MT25 and the Cromwell, so he's got better view on them. Now it's a tremendous temptation to shoot at the enemy when you see them, but it's very risky doing so, because if you do, your position's given away, you'll be shot at from virtually every side immediately. In fact, both those two tanks, the Cromwell and the MT25, are redeploying elsewhere. But there's still a Batchat 12 ton out there and an IKV-90B, and I suspect that they're still up on F7, looking over the lake and waiting for somebody to make themselves obvious. The scores are fairly even at the moment. TC's over 2,000 2k of damage so far. And the MT25 is making his way down by the lake. In fact, he's headed this direction, which is a bit worrying, just in case he gets too close. Well, he might have to fire an MTC, because I think that MT is going to detect him very shortly. He's still safe for the moment. Oh, and the MT25's been taken out by the Firefly, thank God. And there's the IKV-90, and he was close enough to shoot at TC. So it was a good job that TC didn't fire, because if he'd given away his position, the IKV would have got him straight away. No other sight of the enemy at the moment. Scores are even. Right now, the enemy appear to have done well on the hill, and they're coming down from the hill now. So the hill appears to be in their possession. I say appears to be, but they've lost most of the south or the west side of the map, and it looks as if they could make a push into the south area, because the KV-2 and the KV-13 haven't been seen for a while, and they might be in defensive positions, or they might have moved elsewhere to assist their team. Well, the ISM is being held off by that Panther 10 and some of the Arty who are directly behind him. Right, we just lost the Panther M10. That was to the enemy Arty. Right, there's the IKV-90B. He's redeployed. He's moving forward. This is sometimes where the temptation to fire gets too great, and somebody might take a shot and they later regret it if things go badly. Now that Cromwell is right up on top of the hill. It may not become apparent from here, but you're looking at a long way away. Arty rounds are going in on the IKV-90B, so we know what the Arty are focusing on. The Firefly's moved up to spot him again, and he's spotted him, and that will allow the Artys to do their work, do their thing. The IKV's pulling away. I think he knows he's in a lot of danger. There's the Cromwell towards the north. Right, he's picking up some spotting damage on the IKV now. And he chances a round at the Cromwell and hits him. Well, the Cromwell couldn't see that round because he's just too far away. He's being proxy spotted for TC, reported on his position by the Jackson or the Firefly. And TC gets the first kill from him on the Cromwell. Not the first kill of the game, of course, but his first kill, because of course he's just been camping bush, spotting the enemy. He took a big risk because that Batchat might be able to spot him, but he wasn't at that time. He didn't spot him, and I think TC's going to actually go across and have a look and see if the enemy is there. Well, one of the enemies has been spotted to the south. There's the Batchat. So he wasn't up on the heights, which meant obviously he couldn't spot TC when TC fired. And because TC spotted the Batchat, who's now receiving Arty fire, he's in a lot of danger. He's got additional spotting assistance. He's now up to 3.2k. There's the KV2. And since he's the only one spotting the KV2, any damage going in on the Hummel and the KV2, it's going to be down to TC. Going after the Hummel, and he takes him out. He gets 64 spotting and 236 actual damage, I believe. No, it's 236 spotting and 64 actual damage. But he gets the kill. There's the SU-14-1. The other Arty, if he can get that, he might get a Pascucci's. And unfortunately, he didn't get the SU-14. That went down to the Jackson. There's the M44. He gets a hit, but he's taken down immediately afterwards by the Tiger 1. It's a KV-13, who fires back, gets 177 hit points. Fires another round in, but I think that hit the tracks. KV-13 is going to take a plastering now. Well, he's losing hit points to Arty. And he may be tracked, which is why TC is rushing in to claim the kill. It's the last enemy alive. Might as well go for it. Comes round the corner and... oh, he fails to hit it. So he's going to get into cover first. Then go round. Fires, tries to fire through the gap. He's got a 5.4 second reload. No, he's looking to shoot through the windows, but he can't do that. So he's going to go round and face him the other way. Comes round the corner. The KV-13 is ready. Gets a shot into him. But I think TC is going to get the final word. Oh, no, he doesn't. He gets tracked instead. But that's the final shot. And now he's won the game. And his win 8 for that battle was 3852. And that's the minimum. That's the amount that was recorded. So let's have a look and see what the end of the end of battle was. And he's got the holy quadruplets. It's the ace tanker, spotter, scout, and patrol duty, which is the light tank quadruplet. He got the ace tanker for dealing, getting such a high standard amongst Type 62 players for the past 2 weeks. He got a spotter badge for getting at least 1,000 hit points of damage assistance. He got a fire for effect for dealing more damage than the hit points of his own vehicle, a scout badge for spotting at least 9 of the enemy, and a patrol duty for being the only person spotting at least 6 tanks when they were subsequently damaged by his other teammates. So let's have a look at the team score. Well, when it comes to the team score, he's on 4th place when it comes to damage with 1,211 hit points. When it comes to kills, he's top at the joint top with 3 kills. The Hummel also managed 3. But when it comes to base XP, TC is right at the top with 1,556 hit points. He fired 14 rounds, got 10 direct hits, 9 penetrations, damage of 1,211 hit points, of which 252 were at more than 300 meters. He received 3 hits, all were penetrations, and 1 hit as a result of splash damage. He spotted 10 enemy vehicles, not 9, but 10. That's 2/3 of the enemy team he spotted. He damaged 5 of the enemy and killed 3 of them, and did damage assistance of 5,025 hit points altogether. So that's a massive total. On a premium count, he earned 99,045 credits, and after repair and ammunition resupply, he still had 93,760 credits left over. He received 2,334 XP, and it was ×2 for the first victory, and he had 467 XP from it being a premium vehicle, giving him a grand total of 5,135 XP altogether. And I think it was quite an interesting battle in terms of it showed how to actually play Malinovka, to move forward and to do so without the enemy spotting you. Obviously, some people try to move forward too prematurely and they get spotted by the enemy and then they get plastered. But if you move forward gently, when you feel you are perfectly safe to do so, then obviously you can play it to your advantage and then rain down fire on the enemy. So if you enjoyed this replay, please give it a like and do subscribe to our channel, and hopefully it'll be your replay that we'll be featuring in the next video.